So recently been having a craze with the Yopokki line. I started with this on the cheese flavor, and then I also gave you a video, a cooking instruction with the sweet and spicy version. And I absolutely love that version because it is sweet and spicy, and you can toss in some cheese to still get that cheese flavor. So, but if you're someone who's after the cheese flavor and you don't really need the sweet and spicy flavor, I think that's the one that would suit you the most. I mean, most people would love cheese, right? But in my opinion, if you have cheese at home, you might as well just try on the sweet and spicy and just kick it in with some cheese. Today, I'm gonna try the Yopokki Black Soybean Rice Cake. And I've been having so much runs on this tteokbokki line. I know it's not super affordable. It's actually a bit pricey in my opinion, but I think that it is something that you can add a lot of extenders if you want to spice up your meals or your snack. It doesn't have a lot in it. To be honest, if I'm gonna eat this as a meal, I'd probably consume 3 cups of this, to be honest. But if you're someone who's just looking for like to have your rice cake fix or your tteokbokki fix, this is good enough, like, to be honest. And I'm a bit iffy with the flavor today, but we're gonna try it, okay? So the soybean version cooks in just 2 minutes. So in amount of time, it is similar to the sweet and spicy version because the cheese cooks in 3 minutes. You will have a similar amount of rice cake as you would in the cheese and the sweet and spicy versions. The sauce is in powder form, and you can see bits and pieces of like dried vegetables. I think those are carrots and some onions. And the cup would have a marker for when you will know how much water you need to add. The cheese flavor requires less water than this one. The marker, and you will really see that there's a marker in the cup, has a higher level. And you have to measure this using the cup and just bring it to a boil in your pan at 120 degrees Celsius. You need to mix in the powder so that you avoid having those globs of powder. You really need to mix it in so that it dissolves completely. And when it comes to a boil, that's when you add the rice cake. And then you set the timer. For me, it's 120 degrees at 3 minutes. At the 1 minute mark before it ends, you can already see that the sauce has become more viscous and the rice cake is already formed and it looks soft and chewy. And I tried to taste this. It's actually sweet and a little bit spicy, just a little bit. Very tolerable. I just was very surprised that it was sweet. I didn't expect that. So I set it aside because I was planning to add some meat. And I picked a sukiyaki cut beef, which I will cook together with the sauce of the tteokbokki. I wanted this so that it will have a similar blended flavor when I put it back in the cup. So all you need to do is just put the sukiyaki in the pan and then bring it to a boil until its natural juices come out. But make sure that you cook it in the sauce of the tteokbokki. You can cut the sukiyaki so that it's more convenient for you to eat it using a chopstick. I'm surprised because it's sweet. I wasn't expecting it to be sweet. Usually when I eat black bean, it's always salty, just like this Doenjang. This is a black bean paste. I love this so much, especially because it reminds me of a Filipino dish that we would have involving a black bean, which is salty. Here, I'm gonna tell you how you can actually add extenders to this. The sukiyaki cut will give you more convenience because one, it's easy to cook, it's quick, it's very thin, and then number two, it has like all this fat that will give flavor to your food, and at the same time it will be easy for you to probably use a chopstick or a fork to eat this with your tteokbokki. So I've already added it here. At the same time, what we can do is add more extenders. Like I have in here a concoction of tomatoes and red bell peppers that I chopped, and I tossed in olive oil, pomace oil, and some salt. So you can actually use this to add to your tteokbokki, or you can also add kimchi. However, I ran out of kimchi. I'm gonna order real soon. You can also, to add more Korean flavor, you can also add my favorite bibimbap sauce, which is the gochujang. You can order this from Landers. I ordered this from Landers. It's also available on Lazada. And you can order whatever brand that you want. I think there are brands that are cheaper. This is a 500 gram gochujang, and some brand known as Wang Korea is much cheaper. You may want to try that. I've been having this for years, and this is the one that's available in Landers. So there's really nothing I can do about that. So I'm gonna have the soybean paste just to add some saltiness, and then this one is for like the Korean effect. And then I can have my tomatoes and red bell pepper concoction here to add to my tteokbokki. So that's how you can actually extend this really small serving. Black soybean would usually be salty, so I didn't expect it to be sweet. It's not salty at all, and it's even spicy, which is a plus. I actually like that it is spicy. Now I cooked the beef and the sauce using the sauce of the tteokbokki. It didn't really get all that flavor in it because the cooking time was way too short. But it will be very good to do that so that when you eat it, the flavor will marry together in your mouth. It will be like blended very well. So if I add my salty tomato and red bell pepper concoction, this will add a bit of a salty flavor to it. And then whatever's lacking on the saltiness will be provided by either my black bean paste or this tomato and red bell pepper concoction. Yeah, that kicks it in. It's super good. It's not super spicy. It's super tolerable. It's just that when I first had a taste of this, like on the spoon, I noticed the spice, but it's not something super overwhelming. It's not even overwhelming at all. It's just like black pepper, just like that. There's a little bit of the spice, but not like chili, super strong spice. So I think you'll like this for a change. Although I would have preferred it to be salty because I was expecting a salty flavor. But yeah, it's good. So that's my comment. If you're someone who's accustomed to black bean sauce being salty, you may want to find an extender for this, or a paste or a condiment you can add to make it saltier. But if you're someone who prefers sweet stuff, this will be good enough for you as a meal, and add some meat in it to like really bring in more flavor. I don't have any soju, and it is midday, so I really don't want to drink yet. So if you have other suggestions, questions, and some comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And thanks a lot for watching. I really don't want to talk while I'm eating, but I have to wrap this up. Thanks a lot for watching. See you again soon. Bye!